The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really hurts me.
Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. This is some bullshit.
They're canceling the fucking show?
Yeah, they're planning on dropping us after 7 years.
That's bullshit. You still got people that listen and like the show.
Look, guys, you had a good 7-year run. What more do you want from us?
You're like a goddamn Oreo cookie. You taste like shit but swathed in the center.
Okay, goddammit. Our hands are tied, okay? Yeah, you're goddamn right, your hands are tied. Jerk, pass me the duct tape, motherfucker. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Tape them together. Yeah, motherfucker.
You know what? I think I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Tie it a little tighter. Tighter.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motors. Hellfire, I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9. STIM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call a real show. They tough as hell with a hard edge like a steel toe. They campaign like a bass said. So if you're mad at them, call in, fuck some hate mail. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
Oh, yes, bitches.
Hey, I think we found Dr. John.
Oh, Dr. John just came in?
He made it in.
Oh. Wow, we were getting a little nervous, man. We were like, is he going to show up? Man, what's up, man? Oh, grab a seat. We'll put you on camera here.
No,
right over next to me. Next to me. You are on
You can
camera,
move over
man.
a little more now, Max, if you want.
All right, give me a second here,
Yeah,
man.
just a little bit. There you go.
Sorry, we're doing a little surgery.
It's perfect.
Or a little chiropractics, I guess, in this case, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, we weren't sure if you were showing up, man, and I'm like, oh, fuck, well, we're going to get started. And...
All you got to do is tell me you buy a Hustler.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where a Hustler is if you're a guy.
Did you have trouble finding this?
No, I just plugged it in my phone.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You know, I was like, oh, okay. So I took the back roads here.
Oh,
where the locals travel.
A few seconds
Right.
earlier, you could have been doing the all right, you motherfuckers, man. I would have loved
All right,
it.
you mothers of children.
I would have loved to have heard that.
Awesome. Oh, I like the new digs here. I love it.
Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah.
We've
nice.
totally changed everything.
Awesome.
Yep.
Right?
We're on full HD.
And we'll tell you about some of the wellness stuff too, man.
Cool.
It's
I
happening.
saw some things out front there.
Yeah. Well, you remember when I first started tab casting with that little.
Yeah.
We kind of developed
When
it
we
a
first
little
started.
bit. Yeah.
Oh my God, we've regressed here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah, it's major now.
Oh,
Oh man,
excellent.
so what's been happening? What were you? What did you want to bring to our attention? I know you brought some visual aids like the
I did. I
spine
brought some visual aids and just a little bit about my upcoming luncheon in February on the 19th.
Oh.
And it's going to be on neurotransmitters and hormones and how they affect everything from sexual life to healthy energy and activity.
That's funny because what I was about to say about the luncheon is I better tattoo that on my taint, man. Got to be there.
Yeah.
Is it going to be at Giuseppe's again?
Yeah, at Giuseppe's again. It's going to be 11 to 1 like we normally do.
11 to 1 at Giuseppe's. Okay.
It's going to be a great, I have been perfecting this program since the last time I've done. I come up with more information and more research, and I tell you, the world is that's on drugs and medication for Prozac and Xanax. I mean, all these things that people are on. You're going to see, some new studies in regards to what kind of problems those drugs cause.
There must be some long-lasting, like even if you wean off that drug.
Oh yeah, I have a guy now that I'm going through right now. The guy has anxiety issues, can't be alone. He's afraid. He's thinks he's suffocating. And I did a neurotransmitter test on him, which is it's a urine test that they test for transmitters in the brain. and he was out of the 8. 4 of them were almost non-existent, almost extremely low. Really? And serotonin, dopamine, and glutamate are really ones that cause anxiety problems. They cause these unable to sleep. They feel discontent. They feel all these types of reactions that this kid's going through. And but today, little did I know, that guy was like a drug addict. He was taking like cocaine and heroin.
Shit. Okay.
And I'm thinking like, I'm here I am, and I just put him on a liver cleanse this week, Monday. I put him on a liver cleanse, right? Just innately, right? I've been doing this for 30 years. So you sometimes just know and feel you got to do something for somebody. I put him on a liver cleanse, and then tonight I found out he's like, was like a drug addict. I'm like, what? You never told me that. You know what I mean? So now I understand why, some of these things are occurring. The body's chemicals, natural chemistry gets thrown off, and that's my specialty, neurometabolic care. And we're concerned with metabolism and the chemistry of your body and the neurology of that, what controls that. And we're usually talking about cerebellum. We're talking about brain function. And Brett, you've been coming to me for a while. We always work on that brain as much as we can.
Oh well, it needs a lot more work. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you do great with my spine, but I don't know about my mind.
Yeah, you got this guy forever. Trust me. He's not. Yeah, if you're working on his brain.
Yeah. So, tonight I wanted to show. Really, it's very simple how the brain, how it works, how it expands and contracts, and that particular motion of contraction and expansion actually occurs in every organ, your heart, your lung, your liver, everything works the same way. It's like how God made it. It kind of made it simple, right? And if you follow this principle and understand, the nervous system controls all body functions, and it consists of the brain, the spinal cord, and there's the nerves that come off the spinal cord, and it's all protected by bone. Your skull protects your brain, your spinal column protects the cord and the nerves that come off the cord. So understanding that principle that, we go through life and we have physical, emotional, chemical trauma, right? It gets housed in the nervous system, and we've got to sometimes release that. And that's really what my type of work does. The Florendo synchronized healing method is really a technique that is derived from 30 years of experience dealing with specific types of problems.
I'm sorry, my mind went somewhere else for a second when you mentioned releasing.
See
things.
what I tell you.
So what about gas?
Yeah.
Wow, if you're working on his brain and gas, shoot, you got your work cut out for you.
Well, what's the deal with that? Because I noticed.
Well, just remember that you're, we talk about the brain. What I'm concerned with are your 12 what we call cranial nerves, right? And the cranial nerves, 12 of them, that control pretty much a lot of body function. The one of the cranial nerves that runs into the digestive tract is called, just coincidentally, called the vagus nerve, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Vagus is how it's spelled.
Oh, okay.
Vagus. And that vagus nerve can, be affected when we have a bone out of place irritating a nerve at that upper cervical, upper neck area, in conjunction with the cranium or the skull, the back of the skull. And when we find problems with the cranial nerves, we do different tests to indicate what kind of problems or which nerves are involved. And in most cases, when they have digestive issues, it's usually the vagus nerve, and that's cranial nerve number 10, right? So with the technique we use, the biocranial lift, as well as the synchronized healing method, is really just to bring less pressure on that top part of the cord where the brainstem becomes the spinal cord.
Well, I know you said a lot of my stuff is lower spine, right? Okay.
Yeah. That's a lot of that from when you got hit by that, when you broke your knee.
Yeah.
Crossing the street when the car hit you.
Right. Actually, I was crossing a driveway.
And a car hit you, and then it caused all this trauma, and you had to go through your physical therapy. You had to learn how to use the joint again, and there's scar tissue that develops that kind of throws off your normal mechanics, and then that eventually starts to affect above that, which is going to be your hip or your low back or
his anus that he farts so much.
And then that could be the contributing factor to the fart.
Well, and that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe something's compressed back there.
Has nothing to do with the crap you eat, right?
No, of course not.
Yeah, no connection.
Actually, as funny. Colin was eating some miso soup today.
No.
And
with tofu.
Yeah, and broccoli and a bunch of other things.
I guess move too far on us, Dr. John. We want to keep you in the picture here.
Okay.
I guess his mom made some, but I said, shit, if I ate that, man, I think my body would go into shock.
Oh, the tofu?
Well, yeah, just because, healthy stuff, anything healthy.
Wow, yeah.
Well, when Debbie always tries to make you eat something healthy when you're at my office.
Hell yeah. They always hook me up too, man.
and yeah, have you ever cracked his back and he's farted in there? He's
actually, yes.
Yeah, we've had that.
Yeah.
Yep, he did my hip, and I did fart.
Yeah. That happens a lot in my office, actually.
Probably just because of the relaxation, right?
Yeah, and with the way the tables work.
Right.
My equipment, the way it works is that sometimes you're really relaxed.
Right.
So you just let everything
just release.
go.
Yeah.
Everything go.
Or
I had a guy
surprise.
today. He was getting off the table and he farts. You're like, oh, okay.
Actually, I think there was a woman that did that when I was there one time. I think that
women tend to do that a little bit more so. Especially the ones that have had they've given birth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like I have a patient of mine who's had like 6-7 kids.
Oh damn.
They kind of like lost all sensation down there
Really?
after a while. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So she doesn't even know she's letting loose gas.
Is this why a lot of older people tend to do that?
Yeah, same thing.
Like you'll see them move. You know what I'm saying? Just from walking, they'll like be a walking fart. They'll just
Correct.
Be, "Pop, pop, pop."
Yeah. And then and some of them, as they get older, they lose some nerve function. They can't. That's you've heard. They lose bladder control, or
Right.
That's why Depends came into play, and so that happens.
Do they shit themselves like he does all the time?
Yeah, or you shit yourself. You can't, or you can't hold your shit. You shit your pants.
Oh yeah.
That's happened to me a couple times. Believe me.
I think we've all been through that one once or twice.
That's
Yeah, you ever had that one where you get like when you're holding and you get like a sharp pain, like
yeah. You
yeah.
have to let go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
man, that's the prostate.
Yeah. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's pressure on the prostate.
Oh damn! So you feel? I know what you're saying. It's like a pain right below your nuts.
Oh
right?
man, it's like someone just jabbed you in there.
And you have to
And
let
you
go.
have
and
to
you're-
just let go. Oh fuck it.
and you're hoping that you don't shit yourself while you're doing it. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's those ones where you're in the car. and
Yes.
if you're a passenger.
And you're leaning to the side.
Yeah. You push that imaginary gas pedal. You're like, come on, motherfucker, let's go. I've done that.
Yeah.
I remember
those are painful.
I was out grocery shopping. G Motors took me to the grocery store one time, and we're in the store, and I'm realizing while we're paying, I gotta shit.
Yeah.
So we get everything in the car. I'm like, dude, we got to get to my house now. And so of course, him and Mac Metro are fucking with me, and they're going,
God.
oh
Driving
damn,
slow.
there's construction right here. I'm like, no.
That's true. That's actually what happens. So we've all been through it.
Wow.
Yes, we have. Wow, what the hell?
is
Oh,
that?
is this his phone?
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
That's all right.
So, but this luncheon is more. You're focusing more on the upper part of the spine, right?
Only in the beginning, but as we run into the different cranial nerves, you'll see how I have a great graph that shows you how it affects everything from into digestion, and even can cause low back discomfort and constipation and diarrhea and all that stuff.
Well, the interesting thing that you had said last luncheon about the sinuses or the digestive system affecting your sinuses,
Right.
Yeah. That's why I started taking those probiotics.
Yeah,
that you
more
gave
and
me.
more literature is showing that the gut, the gut has a lot to do with your sinuses and your overall health.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
when your sinuses are draining, where does it drain?
Yeah.
Oh, in your stomach.
Yeah,
That's right,
down your
exactly.
throat,
Yeah,
your
so
stomach.
Your gut plays a major role, and you've heard of people having they call it leaky gut syndrome.
I actually have heard that.
Yeah, leaky gut syndrome. And so here's what happens is that the lining of your digestive tract has a hole. And what'll happen is that you'll have leakage of bacteria and toxins, and then it goes into your bloodstream, which ends up in your brain, right? 'Cause
Oh,
you're
wow.
in circulation. So leaky gut can cause a lot of different types of neurological problems as well, because of the toxins that are released into the nervous system
Leaky
and circulatory
gut.
system.
How do you get leaky gut syndrome? Would you say?
Lots of leaky gut people. They've been like heavily medicated at one time. They've had possible ulcers and
Too much
digestive
Mexican
issues.
food.
Yeah,
You know what? I'll tell you what. I eat a lot of spicy shit, but I do not
Could
get
that
sick.
could that cause it? Something like that?
Spicy food?
Yeah. After a period of time.
Probably so, huh?
Just like anything else, yeah.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
too much of one thing can cause some issues.
Issues, right.
That's really listen, when you have a prostate issue, they say you're not supposed to have spicy stuff.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
Really?
have hot
Yeah.
stuff and spicy stuff when you have a prostate issue.
What does it do to your prostate?
It
Enlarges it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
No shit.
yeah, it makes it swell up.
Now, can that cause cancer because of that?
Eventually,
Yeah.
I would think. You're changing anytime you get tissue changes,
Changing, right.
cellular changes. You're going to be risking a mutation of a cell, which is really what cancer is, a mutation of a cell that starts to produce itself
More.
over and over again.
I don't mean to laugh, but that's jerk. I know what Jerkman's over there trying to do.
What, trying to
He's
scare the shit
yeah,
out
he's
of
trying
you?
to scare the shit out of me is what he's trying to do.
but I'm just asking a simple question if that is possible. And I
I'm
guess,
sure.
Yeah, it's gonna,
Yeah.
it is going to, because whenever something's going to enlarge like that, I'm guessing it has to create more cells to expand itself. So there's
Yeah.
a chance of getting that.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what a tumor is.
Yeah.
You know?
So you mean if you have, like, say, chronic prostatitis or something like
Uh-huh.
that, and you're eating spicy food, it's actually not good for your prostate?
Yeah, they tell you that you should avoid spicy.
I've been told that one
that's
time,
funny.
and that wasn't for my prostate; it was for something else. But
Yeah.
they're like, you
Yeah.
continue to keep eating spicy, it's just going to mess you up, and you're
Yeah.
going to not like the results.
Yeah, same thing. You're going to irritate the lining.
Yeah.
Of either the stomach or your small intestine or any of those digestive
Mm-hmm.
organs. It could possibly cause a problem. But I know people that eat spicy their entire life not have a
right,
problem.
right,
So it
yeah.
really depends on the makeup of the
right.
person and their genetic factor in regards to that being an effect.
I do have a little prostatitis here and there occasionally, but I
Yours
get,
is low back, L5.
yeah, I get flare-ups. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's not a constant thing. Like
Right.
right now, I'm good, but
Right.
there are some days I have bad days.
And listen, when
you
you get busy, and I don't get to check your spine for a month or so. You've complained of sometimes that as well as
circulation stuff.
the circulation of the legs and the feet and things of that nature.
Yeah,
That's all controlled by that same area.
Yeah.
But if you look at if you want to real quick look at what I brought my model here.
All right.
And what is that?
This is
the spine?
This
No,
is this is
it's a big ball.
It's a ball.
Oh wow!
Right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
A pointy ball. And what happens is, Brett, I can expand it.
Okay.
And it gets bigger.
Right.
I can contract it, get smaller.
And this is
right?
supposed to be like an organ?
This is what your brain does.
Oh wow!
Expands and contracts.
His constantly contracts.
Yeah.
It
Some
never
say,
expands.
Especially when I'm here.
yeah, big-headed. Some say enlarged, right? Some say pea-head, right? And it's small, right?
Right.
How about bullheaded? What is bullheaded and stubborn?
Bullhead, you put horns on this thing.
Well, that's what I need because I'm stubborn.
Right, right. But if you look at that, this process of expansion and contraction is really what helps cerebral spinal fluid, which is nutrition for the brain, which travels down even down into your spinal cord, down to the second lumbar spine, and that's when they do a spinal tap. That's actually what they're doing. They're checking for your CSF, making sure you don't have any viral meningitis or any other problems that go along with the brain, and they can do that by tapping your lumbar spine. But this process is really what helps improve that circulation of the CSF, right? So when we have a cranial problem, what will happen is that full expansion doesn't exist. So they get back up. They get inflammatory conditions. They get brain function problems, and they're linking a lot of these neurotransmitters, the deficiencies in the neurotransmitters, to of course how this process occurs, right? And now what shuts it down? What could shut it down? Trauma. Someone in a car accident,
right.
get hit from behind or from the side. Someone who hits their head, getting up from hitting their head on the top of a cabinet. Someone who gets someone that gets attacked. I have a guy that got attacked and he got picked up by his feet and dropped on his head.
Oh wow!
I mean the guy's
and I'm sure the older you get, the worse that can be.
Sure.
My friend's dad actually, he was about 70 something. He fell in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he started to have some brain problems.
Yeah. My father-in-law. I mean, just he was here, and he had a hematoma, which is bleeding in the brain, and they found out that when they went in, they had to do a craniotomy. They opened up his skull, drained the blood out of there. They found that he actually had an old hematoma. He had 2.
Oh, no shit.
Right, and he fell off a ladder one time, and his head getting out of the car another time, but the guy was non-functional. It was like he was like comatose almost.
So a very simple injury can actually cause some later damage like that.
Later on, yeah. So that accumulation of, in his case, in the hematoma, he had accumulation of blood that I'm sure caused pressure on one hemisphere of the brain, which over time, like, who knows, they can't tell how long that has been like that, but I'm sure that contributed to some of his emotion. He was going through some emotional stuff. He was it was just they get crazy. They get to the point where they're not themselves, and I believe that could be a cause.
So his prostate going up and down all the time, can that, I mean, seriously, after a while, would that be, or even like if it was me, after something like that going down, up and down, does that, every time that's doing that, does that make it worse for you later on in life to the point where, it gets to a point where, what if it enlarges and never goes down?
Right. Oh, I see. So that's what's going on. Every organ does what you just showed me with the
every organ, your lung,
they all move, right?
Your heart. Right.
Anything can enlarge, right?
Your colon, I mean, it's all
Inflamed
about contractibility. It's all about hard and soft, yin and yang, black and white. I mean, you got it's the balance of the system.
So that prostate could possibly stay in that inflated position.
Yeah. And then when they do
well, I would think
hypertrophy,
too, that every time that's doing that, the better chance of you getting a cancer or something, because now it's constantly doing this.
Exactly. And that's what they with hypertrophy. Right. Which is, an enlargement. And what happens is, if something enlarges like that, what happens to the tissue on the outside? It gets damaged.
Right. And that's where your cancer stuff starts.
Yeah, then you get cell changes, then you get fibrin, scar tissue, then you get, after that, you start to get cell changes. And that's really what you have to try to avoid as much as possible.
So, you better watch your spicy. Calm down a little on that.
No. We'll be right back, bitches.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic light, you already know. Get him, Jay!
Answer me this. When did happen a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and iTunes. Or just Google your boy Black Ice. That's Y-A-B-O-Y, Black Ice.
He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a GAC, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, We gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement. Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google Cheesy Leezy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hit on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great, just what I've always wanted, my own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your front. My tongue's for busting the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters, so turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts.
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul, R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really hurts me.
Oh, yes, bitches.
I cannot believe that you were insinuating earlier that I was playing your hypochondriac.
Oh, you were totally fucking with that. I know how you do it, man. Trust me. Because I am. Well, Dr. John knows.
Yeah.
You know, remember when I hit my nose and I came in, I'm like, you don't think I have a concussion, do you? And you're like, you know, I remember you going, you would know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. With taking care of a lot of personal injury patients, they actually get concussions.
Mm-hmm.
They're called no loss of consciousness concussions, but a concussion you don't really actually even have to hit your
Isn't it
head.
when your brain just kind of...
Yeah, it just has to be a shake. It has to be just the brain movement
right
against the inside of the cranium, and you don't necessarily have to be hitting the head to get a concussion.
It's a brain bruise.
That's why I was a little afraid with the blow to the nose. You know what I'm saying? But
actually, one time ran into a door. It was pitch dark in the house. Didn't know it was partly open. I just barely
hit the corner.
I just barely bumped it, and I actually had amnesia, temporary amnesia, real fast from it. But I came back within like an hour.
Oh yeah.
They took me to the hospital. I don't remember any of it. But,
wow.
Yeah, but I had a bad concussion with it.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean that can happen. That definitely could occur. And then that concussion, later on can lead sometimes to other problems like
brain hemorrhaging or something like that.
Yeah. That's a hematoma, like I talked about, and with amnesia and all that other stuff.
And I'm sure with anything pinched off going down through the spinal cord,
exactly,
is going to make that pressure even more.
Exactly.
On that. Yeah.
So just imagine, when you get that trauma, get hit or just a whipping motion, right? What's happening is that the way the cranium sits on top of these two vertebrae right here, what I call your atlas and your axis, your first and second vertebra of your spine, which is really the only part of the spine that it has no disc. There's no cushion between. So you got rotation on bone, but in between each articulation there is fluid, so they call synovial fluid, and that's what allows the gliding without the grinding.
Now, where is that located again?
This is the very first vertebra. So if we
the
looked
back of your neck?
Yeah, this is the back. We're looking at, if we're looking from the front of somebody, this would be if we're looking at the back of somebody.
Okay.
And just imagine this is your skull, right, sitting right on top of this, right? So you got this maneuver going on, right? So this is pumping down the spinal cord, right? So now if that's working, but you have what we call a sublux or subluxation, where we have a rotation of the vertebra, what happens to the canal?
You can see it's pinching it.
It gets choked, yeah.
Right.
So that CSF movement now has blockage. Right, so we can't. So the body will.
It's like pinching a hose. You're not
exactly.
gonna get all the water.
Right,
Same
gotcha.
thing.
Okay.
Same thing. So that's what I particularly look for when I'm using my neurometer scanner, which is a handheld instrument that runs along the spine. And when we have irritation, we're going to have heat being emitted from inflammation of the nerve. So with the neurometer, we can actually pick up different degrees of temperature, and the temperatures are correlated with how much compression's on the spine.
Like
from
an
0
infection, it's
to
gonna
30.
get warm, right, yeah.
So it's just the same thing.
More blood is going to it. Is that what you're saying?
Right, or less blood.
Less blood.
Yeah. So sometimes you have the amount of impingement that could be at the cord could definitely be affecting the nerves that come off that part of the cord.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it can actually affect both sides, not just one.
Huh. And this comes from the other thing you were talking about earlier with the opening and the closing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. So you think about that. The cord expands, contracts, minutely. Just not like what I showed you with the cranium, with the brain.
Right.
But that's how we get movement, and that's exactly how your arteries in your legs work. Exactly how your heart works. Exactly how your lymphatic system works. Right. It's a contraction and expansion to get lymph moving, and in your arteries and veins to get blood moving.
So basically, it's like an accordion.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly. That's a good analogy.
And people don't even know that you can actually gain weight from that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because if your lymphatic system's not flushing out like it should.
Yeah. Well, your lymphatic system is your sewer system of your body. I mean, so all your waste products from metabolism all your acids that your body produces. Your body's producing acid every day, right? It gets cleaned out through your lymphatic system. Right, and you've got to make sure that your lymphatic system is working properly in order for your body to detox the way it's designed to detox.
And a lot of people don't know this too. Is the fact that they don't know that they say, well, most kids are skinny. Well, nowadays with the genetics and stuff that they're putting into food, they're getting heavier.
Yeah, the GMOs. Right?
Yeah, but when it wasn't added in before, kids used to stay skinny because they would jump.
Right.
They would jump a lot, and that's how your lymphatic system actually works. And if your body's not lined up right, you're not going to get the proper movement.
Right, and you think about with you've seen those trampolines or rebounders. Right? They're called rebounders. It's the best way to stimulate your lymphatic system. And you don't necessarily have to jump up and down. You just come up on your toes.
The movement, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that while you're waiting for your ride to come.
And a lot of people just do
come
not
up
know
on your
that.
toes, go back.
I think you showed me that.
Yeah, I showed you that before.
Exercises.
And that's cleaning out your lymphatic.
That's stimulating your lymphatic system.
You know what, though? This is interesting. You remember Kaylee that I used to date? Her daughter was always jumping all the time.
Right.
But I don't know if you ever saw her daughter.
No, she never came in with
her daughter was very heavy for her age.
But keep in mind, like we said, a lot of that is food and stuff nowadays.
Yeah, and that may be more dietary than it is lymphatic.
Oh, okay. Because I was to say she was very active.
Because different types of
just because you're jumping doesn't mean you're skinny.
Well, I thought she's getting some exercise, and she was doing.
And you have genetic predisposition too. Sometimes just really can't control
to retain fat cells more than others.
Maybe so, yeah.
And retain fluid more, or depending on the person.
I mean, like you retain the pregnant cell because you look pregnant.
Well, that's all the beer, man.
Yeah.
The beer and bad food.
Oh yeah,
I think more than bad food.
That could do it. Yeah, I mean, I was down for the count with I had some bad carne asada the other day. Whew, that stayed in my system for a while.
Bet it did.
Yeah. But so when you think about that, think about that part of the spine as just like you talked about, like a spigot for a hose,
right?
And you turn the water source off. There's nothing comes through there. Or if the cord is the fire hose or the water hose is torqued. Right, you're not getting enough of the water flow, the power, and everything slows down, and that's actually what happens to the body.
Well, I think a lot of people too, and probably don't realize this, is they can actually, if you take a hose at the end, if you're just an open hose, and you pinch your finger off on just the top part of it, that's going to spray with so much more pressure.
Right.
So now the blood is flowing to the heart, the head, and other body parts a lot harder, which can cause any kind of aneurysms, things anything weakened,
or it throws off the normal beat, the frequency.
Of the heart,
they get tachycardia or bradycardia, depending on the
bradycardia is a slower heartbeat.
Right, slow.
Yeah. Okay,
slow. Yeah,
see, it's funny.
Tacky fast.
Because I've been told I have, but you've done my heartbeat though, right? And it sounds good, right? It's not slow or anything.
Lub-dub. Lub-dub.
I went to some doctor that was getting a kickback from a.
Well, sometimes too, though, it's like if you go get an EKG, people don't realize this, but it only shows if you're having a heart attack at the time. It doesn't show before, So it'll tell you, hey, it's doing good right now.
Right. So as of now, things are good. But
and a lot of people, that's what they think. Well, I'm walking around, I feel fine. Well, you just really don't know because you wake up, you're achy. Why are you achy?
Exactly. Exactly right. So sometimes the symptoms they show up last. Right. They don't show up first. They show up last. And symptoms are the first thing to go away. And they're the reason why most people go through relapse because they start feeling better, right? And they think they're done, right? Oh, I'm done. I'm correct.
Done with this.
I'm healthy. But they're only 5% better. That's why their symptoms improved, right? They still got problems.
Well, see, and that's the bad thing. I mean, I've heard of people that actually, with cancer, they've urinated blood. The symptoms went away. They thought, oh well, I'm better.
Yeah.
No, that was the first sign that something's really wrong.
That was just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, the rest is coming.
Yeah, the rest is still there. It needs to be found and corrected.
Take it right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's one of the analogies I use in my healthcare class. I have an iceberg, right? I have only a third of the iceberg sticks up out of water. The rest of it's underwater, and the tip of the iceberg is like the symptoms. So you can I have an overlay on my my chart that has like Advil, right? Covers the tip of the iceberg, but the cause is still underneath. It's still there, right? And that's most cases.
And it wasn't the tip that sunk the Titanic. It
right.
was
It was right. It was exactly. The Titanic like it pushed right through, but they didn't realize there was 3/4 of it was underwater, and bust a hole in the unsinkable ship, right?
Wow. And that baby went down eventually.
It went quick. Yeah. So that's exactly right. That's the analogy that we use in the office.
So when's the lunch again? It's February 19th.
February 19th, 11 to 1, Giuseppe's Bar and Grill.
Bar and Grill, and definitely you're gonna get
19th is what day?
19th is a Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay.
So anyone out there in Radio Land, you're interested and you're in the area, give the office a call, 702-920-6556. And tell us that you listen to me on All Talk Radio. You'll be entered into a raffle for a great prize.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So they can actually, you say you heard it on STIM Radio.
Yep.
Then, you can just 702-920-6556.
Yes.
This guy's got a memory. He just,
amazing. It's amazing.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's all those chiropractic adjustments.
That must be something. His brain's still functioning slightly. I mean, if you can just correct some of the other stuff, Wow.
Yeah.
That would be great.
It's a very cool. I've gone to
You've been to my classes.
Several of the lunches.
Yeah.
I've been to one.
You
the one
came
time.
too?
Yeah.
And not only do you learn, but you get good food.
Oh,
you
always
get
have
some cool shit.
Yeah. Always have the best cuisine.
Oh yeah.
And they cook it the way I like it. And they use as much as organic, natural as possible.
Right.
And
and
olive
it can
oil.
be filling. It can actually be filling.
And
there's good information, good food. You can't lose.
Can't lose.
Absolutely.
Can't lose. Great time.
That's Giuseppe's Bar and Grill, 11 to 1 on the 19th.
And
check
out my website too.
Do I have to call an RSVP? Because I'm coming, man.
No, we know. We have your seat already prepared.
Oh, we're good. Okay.
But check out my website, drflorendo.com.
Okay.
Dr. Florendo, Florendo.com, or johnflorendo.com.
We'll have to give us that information at the end. We'll tag that in the description of this so that people can click on it.
And then they can click on that to the website and kind of gives you an idea of what the office is about and what we do, and shows you my therapy dogs, my healing dogs that I have in there. And
I remember.
It's a good. And I have some great information on there, and get on my newsletter list. And every month I put out new research and information now that you get right on your email, which can even be right on your phone as well.
Do you still have the testing that you do for everybody in the beginning? That you're still doing that?
Yeah.
To what are they going with the thing
tongue
on
and
the
nail?
Tongue? Yeah.
Yeah, tongue and nail. That's part of my exam. Yeah,
yeah.
I do in my specialty, the neurometabolic approach to healthcare is finding again the metabolism and the neurology of the metabolism. Is that we're going to be looking at your markers on your tongue and your fingernail. In Chinese medicine, the tongue and nail were great markers to indicate what's going on with the body inside, to before even symptoms arise. So we can pick out some things that are going on and give you some recommendations. We do a pH evaluation, see how acidic or alkaline your body is. We do oxygen readings bilaterally, both sides. Take blood pressure on both sides as well, and do a cerebellar test, a neurological test to see how your eyes are moving, see how you track to see exactly which
the neurological part
the neurological part of that exam. And of course we do our regular thorough chiropractic, orthopedic, physical, neurological, and neurometabolic exam, and to see if we can help you.
Right.
I mean, I want not only do I want to help you, but I want to make sure you're in the right place.
Right.
And if I can't help you, I'll tell you that as well.
With any of these, can you tell disease in the body, or is it
just? Well, with the tongue and nail, you can. The tongue and nail is very accurate in regards to kidney problems, liver problems, heart problems. So you get to see what the body's signals are really showing. And but the tongue and fingernail is good. It's a 3 to 5 year advanced reading of really where you're headed.
Wow.
You may not be in that particular
problem,
but you're going to be heading that direction, and you can see.
So you can foresee some.
Yeah,
things
you can see almost like
magic ball of
like fortune
like that, yeah.
cookie chiropractic. Man, you know what I mean?
Shake that 8 ball.
Fortune cookie.
Have I got problems? Hell yeah.
The chiropractic fortune cookie. I like it.
Yeah. So, but it's great. You know, the Chinese tongue and fingernails been in the Chinese culture for 5,000 years. So obviously,
apparently it's done something right.
Worked, and you know, I've been to Chengdu University, where traditional Chinese medicine was originated from, and they have studies, even drawings of tongue and fingernail, and correlated with specific diseases. So,
now, could you do something like that on the air live right now to give kind of an idea, just with the tongue?
Well, I could tell you exactly what you could look for.
Okay,
Basically, like what I look for. You know, when I evaluate the fingernails, you know, initially what I'm looking for are, you know, you see that moon that's at the bedding of the nail, right? That's the they call it the luna. Right? And the nail, that luna, you should have a total of 8 of those, 4 on each hand, and should have no luna on the pinky, right? And the luna should be brighter than the color of the nail.
So something like mine, I don't have any. I don't look like.
Yeah.
That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's bad. That's not good. Right? That's not good.
Really? Are you serious?
That's what you don't want to have, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. That is an indication of the moons. Why. To me, one of the moons are vital because they indicate a couple things.
Okay.
They indicate oxygen level.
Right.
System oxygen. Right. Your oxygen is a fuel for your brain and for your body, just like glucose is from your foods. Right. Convert to glycogen for energy. So the moons indicate O2 levels. The brightness really indicates how much you know, that you have a good amount of O2. It also indicates circulation. Right. So if you chances are, if you have a circulatory problem, you're going to have an O2 problem, right? Because red blood cells carry oxygen right through hemoglobin, so you got, you know, issues when those show up, and then decrease in the moons are an indication of a lowered resistance immune system, right? And because you're not getting blood flow, you're not getting oxygen, you're going to have a lower immune system. So it kind of links it all together, right? And when you have a moon on your pinky, it usually indicates heart or circulatory problems, and if you have them on both pinkies, it's usually a sign that that's a hereditary factor, and you probably people in your family have these types of things going on. So
I've got one of the worst case scenarios almost, huh?
Yeah. So George, we need to check you out.
Yeah.
You know, you did mine a few years ago, I believe, on the air. But this is before we had.
Actually,
video.
looks like he does have them though. Looks like, you've got some moons on yours.
Yeah, you're good. I see yours are bright, especially right on your
man, I've got absolutely
your pointer finger. Your moon.
Oh, index.
Yeah.
Now, is that good or is that bad?
It's great.
Oh, okay.
The brighter, the better.
And I remember as a kid too. Yeah. Mine used to be really, and thinking about it, I just didn't notice that till just now.
Yeah.
I have absolutely none.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
you're
you know,
fucked, man.
the good thing about the tongue and nail,
right,
is that when you change up your system, they come back. They show back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have patients that, you know, with, like, for instance, like on your tongue, right? When you have digestive issues, you usually have a cut down the middle of your tongue, like an opening.
Right.
Right. And the length of it and the depth of it really determines how long and how deep a problem really is. But so when we put them on a liver cleanse, or we put them on any type of digestive of herbs or enzymes or thing like that, I mean, their tongue seals up. I mean, the shortness of the cut just shortens,
really,
and their tongue seals up.
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing. So same thing with nail, with the luna on the fingernails. That I've had patients going like you, Arjuna Heart. Arjuna Heart is a great product for circulation.
I take that every day.
Blood flow. I mean, it's great for, you know, those types of things. And actually won an award. Actually won an herbal award for product. What, you know, how good it is, Arjuna Heart. And I've seen patients that be on Arjuna Heart for sometimes 3 months, and, you know, start getting moons back in their fingernails. So, and then their blood pressure is better, their circulation is better. I mean, all that stuff. So yeah, so, you know, and then the two markers are really, you know, indicative of what's going on inside.
What's that thing you were talking about out here, Jerkman? There was something called Power or whatever.
Oh, they have something called Power here, yeah, and it's supposed to be for, I don't know. It's supposed to help the libido. It's supposed to help blood pressure. You know, similar things like that too. So, I guess it's
What does it have? Nitric oxide or something, or arginine?
Actually, right there's some information on it. I don't know if that's all the information, but they actually have. It got approved in China, which I guess is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And they got some things approved. So I guess it's kind of got. I'm not exactly sure, but I do believe it has some stuff in it about like some Chinese herbs, things like that too. That it's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to help the system too. So
cool.
Yeah.
That's yeah, because I figured it was something that, you know, you might be interested in. Just, you know,
they do pretty much. a lot of anti-aging things, and anything that really helps with the body's ability to repair
itself,
and
right?
Repair itself. That's what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming to the end of the hour,
Awesome.
so again, man, spit out the information you want people to know real quick, and the website again.
Yeah.
What's the website?
It's drflorendo.com.
Okay.
Or johnflorendo.com.
Okay. Oh, okay. Either
And the phone number is 702-920-6556. And love to have you if you're interested in learning a little bit more about your body and about health, and
and check your moons out.
And check your moons out, and we'll be happy to help you and assist you in getting healthier, and that's my mission, right? I'm dedicated to the universal improvement of health and helping people reach their full potential in life and health through what we do.
Hey, because once you're gone, you can't repair your thing.
That point
it's too late.
Yeah, a little too late at that point. But so you have the thing's coming up on Thursday,
February 19th.
It's February 19th. February 19th.
11 to 1 at Giuseppe's Barn Grill.
Yep, right on Durango and Patrick.
I can't remember the address exactly.
I'm sorry.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Durango and Patrick. That's the corner of Durango and Patrick.
But the great part is okay. Even if they want to come over and they're like, well, I don't know if I want to hear this. Eat the food. Trust me.
Oh yeah,
the food is great. So and then you'll get the information at the same time.
I think
that's
what I'm saying.
We got packets that kind of go over everything we're going to be talking about. So it may not be for you. It may be for someone in your family. Maybe someone that you know.
And I'm just trying to get them the idea. It's not like a lecture. You're not going to a lecture.
Yeah, you're going to listen to some guy sell his bullshit for an hour.
Yeah, with me, I'm always looking to. I'm never stop being a student, so I've always tried to pass on what I learn with my patients and those that are interested. So this is a culmination of about 30 years of service and thousands and thousands of patients, and that's really my thing is keeping data on these patients and being able to use that data to help someone else that may be in that same road,
absolutely,
that same condition.
I mean, it's much better than what are they, like 5 years now it takes them to rush out something from the FDA that kills you and the lawyers come back later to
if you're suffering from
you see that
it's amazing to me.
It's just funny. You'll see a prescription drug commercial, they're trying to sell it, and then about 5 years later, if you've taken Vimto-Lipidol,
let's never fix the problem. Let's just doctor it up with a pill that's going to probably kill you or do something to you
later on down the line. Exactly.
Yeah, it gives you bad side effects.
Now, having said that, you're not obviously pharmaceutical, but a lot of that stuff is unnecessary.
Well, I don't say that I discourage them from their medications, because you're not supposed to really do that. But I give them an alternative to that.
Right.
And sometimes we can wean them off or reduce what they're on medically. I like to co-care with their primary care or medical doctor that they use, and sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they're willing to learn a little bit about the blood values
That's
here.
Why they call it practice.
Yeah, blood. They'll get like, man, these blood values are really good, and they ask, are you taking it? Like, no, I'm not taking that. Why these change? Well, Dr. Flerner put me on this, one herb.
Right,
like, well, what's the name of it? Okay, what's his number? I want to call him. So that's usually what happens, and we're always looking to educate, even our stepbrothers and stepsisters, the medical profession.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
And a lot of them are, they got into that to heal.
Yeah.
And some of them get misguided by some of the pharmaceutical companies who know how that runs.
Same.
And they think they're doing something good. They just don't realize they may not be doing something so
Well,
great.
you get those people that are doctor happy too, that, everything. They go for a cold, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that really comes down to educating about what the body really is designed to do.
But you know what I'm hearing a lot of now? People talking about sinus surgeries and sinus, and I'm like, what the fuck? A few years ago it was just called allergies or whatever. Now it's like, oh, you need sinus surgery.
They do a balloon up your sinus now, and they expand your sinus like that.
Lord, no.
For $20,000. Just 20 grand.
Well, that's easy. I'll shift that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Max, I will put a balloon up your nose, and for $10,000.
You know what? You sound like you have a balloon up your nose.
I do. My sinuses are plugged.
We'll be right back, bitches.
What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
Answer me this. When did happen a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and iTunes. Or just Google your boy Black Ice. That's Y-A-B-O-Y, Black Ice.
He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement. Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their goo-goo cheesy leezy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hit on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great, just what I've always wanted. My own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like. Hip-hop bangers like.
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks, life.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer
Fuck that guy.
and DJ Jerkman,
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really hurts me.
STEM Radio. STEM Radio.
Oh, yes, bitch. Welcome back to the shit that fucking cocksucking.
Unloved.
You know, I said
prostate
bitch.
things
You know,
going up and down.
I made this thing, I made it singular. It should have been plural. Bitches.
Bitches.
Why did I just say bitch? I don't know.
I don't know.
I just got a strange text before I went on to the fucking.
Maybe it threw you off a little.
Maybe so. Well, I think that may have been Humvee texting me, is what. Even though it was a
But it would have came with her number.
You'd think.
It would have said Humvee.
You'd think, but it also. I wonder who the fuck that was. Oh, you know who that might have been?
Who?
The guy I was riding with.
Huh.
You know the
Mitch.
Joe, who
Oh.
was. That's the guy. I think it was the guy I was riding with.
But
his name's
Humvee was
Joe.
going to send it to you, I thought.
Humvee did, but
okay.
this guy must have just been because I was asking about it. So maybe
so he must just got it to you too.
Yeah, but I wish he would say who the fuck he
The
is.
Humvee beat him to it.
Yeah, well, of course, you know you can't mess with the Humvee.
Yeah.
So you had a question for me, man. I was interested to hear what you want to ask me here.
I did. Wow.
God,
what did I say?
Alzheimer's?
You must have
talking about
Holy
the
shit.
brain not moving. No, you said something about blindness, or there was some question you wanted to ask me on the air. And
Oh, okay. I remember now. Yeah. I was curious, and now this is. I think wow, I sent another one. I think I know the answer to it.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, so I wanted to ask.
All right.
Now I put up today. I put up like 5 or 6 pictures of me and you.
Right.
And now some of them were just me, some were just you, and some were me and you, and some were just like the things. How do you know which is which to put the right one up?
I don't.
So you're just guessing.
I'm guessing. I'm like, okay, random. Okay, there's
Because
a bunch
you've
of
been
pictures
good
here.
at it every time. This
Am I
time,
really?
Yeah, it's just a picture of me and you. Where our faces are real like together. So I'm like, how do you know this wasn't the STIM one? Or, so I thought maybe it read it off. Or...
Well, the only thing it did read was STIM Radio coming your way at 7:05 p.m. You know, but Maxwell
yeah,
Silverhammer.
and I remembered you saying it can't read pictures or memes. So I thought, well, maybe when I put them up that way, it tags them different or something. And you do hear it.
Well, when you say what it is, when you
Yeah.
put a caption on it, then I know what it is. It's you, me.
Yeah,
and-
but I mean, there were still tons of pictures. You picked out of those pictures, you could have picked, because there's one with just me. You could have put only me up.
That was all guesswork. That was all guesswork.
So I was just curious of how that worked.
I was totally going on. I was letting God drive, I guess.
Well, yeah, because every time you've done that, you've always put up the right picture, and I've always wondered.
That's funny, yeah, because I was going, which one of these? I said,
Yeah,
I was like,
you could have had my face up on your
right,
yeah.
Well, there was like 6 of them, so
Yeah,
I'm going through it. I'm like, well,
because I put
out
two.
of all these,
I put 2 of me by myself, 2 of you by yourself, 1 of us together, and 2 All Talk Radio 1 and a STIM 1. So I was like blending it, make a cool montage.
Right, of collage of pictures and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know
You nailed
why.
the right one. I mean, it's me and you on it. So
That's funny.
I mean, it's better than it could have been just me.
I know. Well, that would have been, oh, God.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
I would have been like, why the hell do you have only my face up on here?
Well, you know what? If I ever do something like that,
I would
please,
tell you. Yeah,
please let me know.
But that's why I checked it, just to make sure. And I was thinking, how does he know every fucking time? I started thinking, he said it doesn't read pictures.
No, it won't. It just says
memes and stuff. But I thought maybe if I did it a certain way, it would say it differently. So that I just wanted to ask if you were just shooting in the dark or what the hell.
I was just shooting in the dark because it was saying, FP, it's a bunch of characters is what it is. So it really doesn't say what those pictures are.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, we're gonna guess here. So I just scrolled down. And I was like, all right, you know what? Let's try this one. And then I clicked.
Well, if you're
change
trying to get
profile
one with
picture.
me and you, it's you mostly, and me off to the side. If you were working for it, you got the right one.
That's
At least
funny.
it's not just me.
That's funny
my
as
face.
hell, man.
Yeah.
How did I do with the Vect one? Because it was one with me and
I don't know. It was you and Vect, but it looks like he put them together as one picture.
Oh.
So you couldn't have not done it.
Oh, okay.
But mine were just separate pictures.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you were like playing roulette there.
Yeah, because it did. My notification said, George Carson put up 6 photos,
Right.
or tagged you in 6 photos, and I'm like, oh shit. So now I'm just going through, and I think I picked number 3, and just clicked add profile picture or change profile picture.
I mean, yeah, if you were going for a picture of you and me in the background, like off to the side, you got the right one.
That's pretty awesome. That was totally. I pulled that out of my ass, man.
Because I did go check it, because I know that, like you said he told you it didn't. You told me at least before that it doesn't read pictures.
It won't.
And then I'm thinking, how the fuck does this motherfucker do this?
That's how, man.
So it is just guesswork.
Yeah, it is really just guesswork. It's funny though. Actually, it's funny you ask a blind question.
Yeah.
Because Mitch, the driver, remember I was saying to you guys that he's a cool guy, but he just doesn't fucking listen.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to him. He had asked me, was I born? How long have I been blind? And I said, well, since birth. And he was like, oh, really, man? That's crazy. He was going on. And then we started talking about ethnicities and knowing. Well, first he started talking about colors. And he was like, how do you know colors? And how do you? And so I'm trying to explain. I said, I really don't. They're just words to me. And for the longest time, you remember I told you, I thought colors were only for objects.
Right.
Like a chair or a car or a wall or, whatever. And I didn't think people had colors. So I'm trying to explain, I was telling them the story of how I used the word nigger when I was little.
Right.
And my mom was like, you probably don't want to say that word, especially around black people. And I was like, there's people that
But
have
you didn't
color?
know. You thought, yeah.
So, but the thing was, I'm trying to educate his ass, and he's talking over me. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up and
I
listen.
heard he's a talker.
He talks way
too much. I heard
way too fucking. It's like sometimes you need to shut. Matter of fact, I thought we were gonna get a fight tonight.
You too?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, not with him, not me.
With someone else.
Yeah, because we're at he had to fill up. He gets all worked up for some reason. He gets really fucking worked up,
Right.
and I wonder. Part of it's he's diabetic, I think, and he hadn't eaten or some shit. So I'm thinking maybe his
lower in sugar,
his insulin's low, or
Right.
which is dangerous. He really should be, have a candy bar or something.
Or something, yeah. You don't be driving you guys around and cause you more injury.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he goes, because he picks me up at work. Actually, this was an adventure within itself. So I walk out, and he's like, "Man, I gotta piss. I gotta get gas." And I was like, "Well, here, man, let me take you upstairs." I was gonna take him up, to our offices and let him piss. He's like, "Nah, man, I'm just gonna do it right here in the parking lot." So he pisses in the parking lot,
Right.
And I'm like, "Okay, man, you do your thing, whatever." So then he gets on board. He's like, well, "I gotta get fucking gas," and he's getting mad. We get to the gas station. You think I get worked up? This motherfucker. I'm surprised he's not dead, and he's much older than me. Obviously, he's in his 50s or something.
Right.
And so he's getting mad at the gas pump. He's like, come on, you fucking pump. Work, you son of a bitch. And it's not working. He's screaming at the pump. And finally he gets it working, and it's pumping the gas and everything. Then we're pulling out, and there's a lady who doesn't have her lights on. He's like, turn on your lights. And she doesn't respond. I don't think she spoke English. And he's going, turn your fucking lights on. And so he starts yelling all this profanity at her. Turn your lights on, you fucking bitch. And he even got out of the van and starts waving his arms and going, your lights, turn them the fuck on.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this dude's going to get in a fucking...
So he's got anger issues.
Oh, he's worse. You think I'm bad?
Wow, he's worse than you?
Oh, he makes me look like fucking Winnie the Pooh.
Then I'll give you a hint. Don't mention fucking vaccination shots to him.
I'm never going to live that one
bastard,
down.
you got to throw it up.
I'll tell you what. I'm not even putting that show up.
You're not?
Not that show, no.
Why is that?
I'm going to take the MP3. I'm a little embarrassed of it.
Really?
I'll be honest.
All right.
So,
like I said, we all have our days. It's not a biggie.
I know, but it's like, fuck. I don't want.
It wasn't a really good show anyhow, even without that part.
That's what I'm saying.
Really
it was that plus other shit. It was just kind of an embarrassment.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was all because we were all off. I think
every single one of us. It was what, me, you,
G Motors, and Humvee.
And Humvee was here. Yeah, we were all just kind of
out of it.
Wow.
Like, I think we started off good, but we were kind of like we
just
hit a
fizzled.
wall.
Yeah, it fizzled, and it just kind of. And that happens. I mean, you can't. I mean, shit. How many shows have been done? Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't always have a good show.
No.
It's just what it is. But and that's why, again, I hate the what the fuck did you talk about? Because there are
that
some nights,
night. Yeah.
Some nights we didn't have shit to talk about. So it all depends what you're fired up about,
right? And if you are at all, or what's happened that you've noticed, you could talk about or whatever,
Yeah.
And sometimes you could be fired up. You could be ready to rip. You could be doing this. You could have all this, and then you get here, and it still just kind of does its own, like the air out of the tire.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, fuck, I don't have shit now.
Yeah, it just kind of fizzles down. Because, there's been times that, I've waited for the show at night because I'm like, oh, man, I'm so fucking... But I was so fired up earlier than it that it just burnt the fuck out by the time you showed up. And I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Well, even like today, I was getting pissed. Here's the thing. Like, again, every time I upload those shows, it's something fucking wrong. That it's either the clip converter site or it's YouTube.
Well, there has been a lot of issues, even with like Facebook in the last couple of days, and a lot of different sites and issues with shit going on.
Well, the big one with clip converter is when I'm going to download the show, I'll get it all converted. I click download, and it takes me to another page because they're trying to sell me some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, close this fucking thing.
Yeah, that always does it. It is one of the best ones to use, but it always does do that. Yeah, and that's because that's how they're making their money, because it's free. So.
Yeah, and they're like, it's free, fucker, so you suck the dick. And well, the problem is, my ESID software pops up, the antivirus. And then, of course, it's like I get stuck, and I got to close the page. Then I got to go recopy the link and do all the shit I just did prior to. So I'm like, oh, man, fuck this. So, but, yeah. It's funny, too. I get, I was having you ever get those afternoons are just, I don't know why. You get in a mood, and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I get them.
Like a down mood.
Like, you for no reason.
Yeah.
You feel kind of like a depressed, all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you're like,
where'd this come
there's
from?
times I've come in here and I've been like, listen to my music and everything, took it off, sat down, and all of a sudden I'm just like, man, I feel depressed. I don't know fucking why. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, well, and then it got better, though, you know. But I know, like, this afternoon, I was just in a kind of a shitty...
A funk?
Yeah, and then I had people calling me that hadn't, were calling me at work, finally returning my calls or emails after, months or whatever.
Right.
And some of them just sound so fake. I mean, God, all these motherfuckers at these networking breakfasts, that I meet, and not all of them, but a good chunk of them. And one lady was calling me back regarding a health fair, and it was basically, it's kind of bullshitty. We would have to share a table with her, and I don't want to do that because then they don't know who we are. And they're like, "Oh, are you part of that organization?" No, I'm part of this one.
And then you got to sit and yak about it.
Yeah, and then come to find out there's a fee. Then I was trying to explain there's a waiver that we're not allowed to sign that basically alleviates them from any fucking, if something would fall on your head during the event or something like that, they're not responsible.
Well, of course.
You know, yeah, because Charlie, we got to alleviate all our fucking cocksucking responsibility, you know? And so, you know, I'm trying to explain to her, we're not allowed to fill those waivers out. And she's like, well, why not? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I didn't make the rule, you know? And just fake-ass people, man. And then this other lady called from this Department of Education and, you know, who I emailed like several weeks ago, and I totally forgot that I even emailed. And, you know, just, I don't know. There's something in some of these people's voice that's just, you know, and it's like, well, you know what? I'd rather you just not call me back at all if you're just going to bullshit me around.
Right.
You know, and then, of course, they all play the, oh, I'm sorry, it's been so busy. You know, I don't think people are as busy as they claim to be. Hell, I'm not as busy as I claim to be. I'll tell you all right now on the air that
there's times you're just not as busy as you say you are.
Fuck
right?
no. I mean, either like, well, you're
Well,
working.
there's been times for me too, but that's because I need that break.
Yeah, well, I mean, you run your own business, man. It's different. You know, me, I work for somebody, and then I come and do my radio show, which is my hobby, my fun.
Right.
You know, if for one night I don't want to do a radio show or something, I can do that.
You can just say, hey, I'm not coming in.
Yeah, I've done that. You know, where, hey, man, I'm not coming in. Sorry,
Right.
I'm going to do this tonight, whatever.
Right.
So, but I know a lot of people, you know, they're really, I know you're busy. You're very busy. You know what? When I tell people I'm busy, it's because I don't really want to do what the fuck they want me to do. You know, it's my way of saying, I'm not really interested, so fuck off.
Now, there has been a couple of times I have used that, but that was because I was trying to take a breather, because I have been so busy that I just needed a breather. And if you don't tell me, and even then, they still don't get it. They're like, oh, okay, I see, so you want a break. Everybody else been harassing you, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, can you do this for, and they're like, well, because it's them, all of a sudden I'm supposed to forget about it, and it's everybody else.
Yeah,
you know?
like, oh, well, listen, I know I'm a special case, right?
Yeah,
You know?
it doesn't apply to you. It's just everybody else.
Yeah, no, but I'll tell you that Jerkman may be busy because he runs his own business.
Right.
Me, I'm not. I just fucking, you know, if I tell you I'm busy, it's bullshit. In a lot of cases.
Well, at least you're being honest, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Probably not every time. I mean, you do things.
Oh, I got stuff to do, but I'm just saying. My thing is this: I'm the type of person. If I got to do something, I'm productive. That's my problem.
You do it and get it done.
Yeah, at my work, I bang out my shit, and then I'm done. And then I'm like, fuck.
Right.
Now I don't have anything to do.
And some of mine is I try to bang it out and get it done, but I'm working with a lot of electronic stuff with websites and stuff. So I can sit here and be doing something, and it's taking me forever to fucking do it. I'm like, son of a bitch.
And that I understand too, because when I upload the shows, you know, same bullshit.
And you're sitting there waiting for it to happen, and you're watching it, and so you're doing something. You're waiting for this to complete. You can't do anything else until this fucker's done.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And then you're watching, all of a sudden it hangs at like 95%. You're like, go.
Oh, yes.
Then you got to do it, and then at the end of that, you're like, fuck. Now I got to start all over again.
So yes, it's a bitch. Like I said, I have trouble with one show.
Right.
You know, I go home and I'm fighting with one show for 2 hours. Where I can imagine with you, like a busy day like today, where you had 4 or 5 shows today.
Yeah, I had 4 shows and 2 hour for you. So that really breaks down to a 5 hours straight of shows.
So now you got to upload all that shit.
Yeah,
and
then go in and tag it if it needs tagged, and do all and make sure it goes back around, and send it to everybody if they want. Most of the time now, I've just left it on my Facebook. I figure they can go get it. You know, most of these people, they're on my friends list. Just go get it. It's not that hard. Why do I have to go and send it to you when you can do the same damn thing? Get it yourself.
Well, you know, and I find that too. Like, I'll go post it on their wall. I'll do all this crazy shit. Months later.
Yeah,
a year later, this motherfucker. Hey,
where's it at?
You still have that show that I was on? Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me? You know, now with you, that's why I think it's so great with YouTube.
Yeah,
because I could just be like, here you go. Here's the link to it. Fucker,
Yeah.
go get it.
Well,
You know?
I actually have somebody calling me, and this is something, and every day I find a new thing that I have to put memos out about and put in this whole list of shit.
Oh God!
I got somebody now that's been with us for 2 years, and they want me to go back. I've got 1,000, almost 1,200, almost 1,300 videos. They want me to go back to when they started and see what their numbers were.
Oh, good Christ! How about they do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell them. I say, look, you know what? I don't do that because I'll be strolling through 1,300 videos.
Yeah. Well, you could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, they could do that.
You got the time?
Yeah.
You don't need me to go look for it for you.
Well, there's that busy shit again. They're trying to act as if they're so busy that they can't take the time out to get the information they want.
Yeah, and I've given them those numbers before. You know, if they've asked me, you know, but I'm not here to continuously go back and search through all your stuff. Oh, well, now that I got I want number 15. Can you go back? No, I'm not gonna. No, it's there for you. You go look it up.
I got a feeling I know who this is too.
Yeah, you do, and I'm sure off the air you'll say it, and I'll probably say yes, you were right.
Yeah, I think I know who you got.
Yeah,
yeah, but. I mean, it's easy enough to do it ourselves. I mean, that's why I upload it to my own YouTube channel.
But see, it's like...
Because, matter of fact, I don't even pay attention to what the fuck you get on yours.
But see, for me, they just think that I'm here because, like you said, because they pay me to do a show, I'm going to do everything for them.
Hey, I rented you. Okay,
yeah.
God damn it.
I'm rented for life, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just amazing to me.
I mean, I'll contact you because you're my friend.
Well,
that's why.
But the whole thing is it comes down to but we talk. We talk off of stuff like
that's
that.
That's what I'm saying. You're my friend.
Yeah.
We got a personal relationship.
Right, yeah, we have something besides just the radio show.
Right.
You know, so if you call me up and say, hey, man, but you wouldn't even do that. You wouldn't call up to me and say, hey, look, what are my numbers from the... You would go do it your fucking self.
Yeah, because I can.
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Right.
And I think this is why you were saying you're going to do a meeting or seminar or something.
Yeah, I've got to get everybody together and explain to them. I can't, at everybody's drop of the whim of the hat, to say, hey, okay, I've done 2 years worth of shows. 4 days a fucking week. Some of them 5, because some of them have a 5th show in every month. You know, and I want number 23. Can you go find number 23 show? Well, that means...
they can't even give you a date?
No.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. And I'm like, so I have to go figure this the fuck out. No, I'm not doing that.
No, that's too much fucking work.
I'm not.
Come on, dude.
You want me to do that? It's going to cost you $150.
Reminds me of an old person that buys a computer that doesn't realize the potential of the machine.
Yeah.
And, starts asking for stupid shit. And you're just like, you can do this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something they can do.
Sit and play with it and figure it out like everybody else does.
It's not like the old days where, you had the archives go up and it was all your numbers on your site. Yeah. This is all up on YouTube, which is a public site.
Exactly right.
And you can see your own hits, and this is why I upload.
I'm not your gopher to go look it up for you.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be right back, bitches.
Jimmy Black.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic light, you already know. Get him, Jay!
Answer me this. When did having a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and iTunes. Or just Google your boy Black Ice. That's Y-A-B-O-Y, Black Ice.
He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, saying? If only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gonna slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their goo-goo cheesy leezy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hit on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great, just what I've always wanted, my own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your front. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters, so turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts.
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. I love you. You are my girl. Hip-hop bangers like. Hip-hop bangers like.
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks, life.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really hurts me.
STEM Radio. STEM Radio.
You know, every time I'm impressed how we just can blow through fucking almost 2 hours, you know, and here we are at the final stretch.
Yeah. Every time.
You know, but I got to tell you, I'm moving, man.
You're moving?
Yeah, you know where I'm moving to?
To Funky Town?
I'm moving to Facebook, man. Because obviously I live on Facebook.
Apparently I do.
You know, here are these motherfuckers. Okay, even Mitch tonight, you know, he sends me a message on Facebook. Thank God I logged in and saw this shit. And he was like, hey, man, I'm going to be there in a few minutes, so I don't have your phone number. I'm thinking, dude, you've called me bunches of times when you pulled up to my apartment or whatever, you know? How do you not have my phone number? So then I was like, all right, man, I'll be right out. I wrote him back, but thank God I was near a computer to where I could do that. You know, if I was somewhere like at an event or something,
right?
You know, I'd have been totally fucked, you know, going, okay, well, I'm waiting here for him to call me and, you know, all that other bullshit. But yeah, people do that. They like, I wrote you on Facebook. Don't write me on Facebook.
This world is a crazy place to live in anymore. I mean, it truly is. People have no conception of anything anymore, of reality whatsoever.
Really don't. They don't.
And that's why I put that. I don't know if you saw my post today that I actually put up there.
Which one?
Because I took down, I'm in a relationship.
Oh.
You know, because it seemed to have caused problems with people for whatever reason it is. So I hit it. You know, it's not a big deal. I mean, I should have the right to be able to do that, but apparently I don't. Damn. So I hid that, but I put down, I said, in a crazy world a crazy world can only change a person with a weak mind.
Oh, which is true.
Yeah.
You know, where they just can't deal with the stress. They're just like, oh.
Yeah, they fall into it because they can't handle it. You know, if you got a weak mind, you can't overcome any of this, and you're just gonna, you got a weak fucking mind.
Honestly, but it must have gotten real fucking crazy for you to hide your relationship.
It has. I mean, it's gotten to the point where, you know, people are throwing that at me. You know, saying that this is one of the reasons I'm doing this or that. It's like it's like a tool they're using to try to get me to do more.
Wow. You know what? It's funny because if you were like, let's say if you put up you were sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been sick. You know, then they'd either be doing one of two things. They'd either be very sympathetic or, you know, those fake attempts at being sympathetic.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you're sick. Can you do this?
Look, I know you're sick, but could you do this?
You would not be surprised how many of those I get.
I bet. Or then there's the other side of that where now you're in a relationship, so you're happy. It's like, oh, well, once you get in this relationship, God damn it, you're just turning into a total fucker, man.
Yeah, and that's not the case. I mean, I'm allowed to be I'm allowed to have a life, bottom line, whether it's with a person, whether it's with my kids, whether it's with my fucking self.
Right.
Only me, you know, and I'm happy. I'm allowed that, for God's sake.
Gee, God forbid you have a personal life.
I know. God forbid that I'm not on Facebook 24/7 to answer everybody's fucking their question the minute they send it to me.
Man, that would drive me fucking nuts.
Oh, I'm not kidding you. And I get books from people, and I'm like, and they're like, "Are you there?" Oh, apparently you must be upset then because I didn't. You didn't. What the fuck?
Oh, these are chats they're sending you?
There's in my inboxes. Yeah.
Wow. So you know what you may need to do? I think there's something where you go in your settings and you can hide.
Whether I'm on or off?
I think so, yeah. No, there is something where it says turn off chat.
Or something like
that. So
I
think you can do that. You still will get messages, but...
But see, the minute they see me post something, like if I'm on...
Oh,
and
yeah,
maybe I'm just on posting something, and I don't want to get in a conversation with somebody. I'm doing something else, but I was on. You know, maybe I'm sitting there with my kids, you know, and I went on to check to see my Facebook, and I saw something cool, and I posted it over.
Right.
Poof!
There it
is.
It's
like, wham!
Blow up your inbox.
And I'm like, Jesus, H fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's always some shit. But the real bitch for me, the stuff that I hate, is people want to just beep-oo or dimple daddy, but then the people I'm waiting to get back to me, like there's an interview I might be having, I don't even want to say anything now, but I might be having a very cool interview tomorrow, but yet I haven't.
Don't jinx it.
I haven't, I haven't.
Just in case.
I haven't heard from the person yet.
Because it may be just me and you talking.
It may just be us, just like and
like usual, right?
But here's what I'm betting. Here's what I think's going to happen. I'm going to get a call probably around 2:00 in the afternoon or a text saying, "Hey man, it's good. We can go on." And then I'm going to be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. And that's the thing that gets me too. I get a lot of those last minute things, and then they expect me to pull everything off, and it's supposed to run perfect too.
Man, I'll tell you, I don't know. It depends on what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah, there was a show that I did just recently. I mean, remember that about a month or so back, I was really, really sick. I had that shit that was going on. I was really fucking sick. And with what else I have, my immune system's fucking low right now.
Right.
So I get sick quicker than probably most people. And when I do get it, sometimes it takes my ass pretty down. And I was really sick. And they're like, well, I want to do this show on Monday. I want to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, we didn't even discuss this and everything. And they're like, well, if we can do this, we can make this, and we can blah, 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 blah. And I reluctantly said, okay, big mistake.
Oh.
So I come in, I'm sicker than hell. I'm trying to do this. They didn't send me anything they're supposed to, so I went to regular conversion here like we're running now. Instead of going to the producer, I had nothing to put in. They sent me these pictures. They didn't tell me what line they wanted them in, when I was supposed to put them up or anything. So, and then I got here, and I was running late because I was sicker than hell. And they're already in the studio sitting, waiting for me, and it was an off time. They shouldn't have been in there in the first place. It wasn't even their day to do the show. I agreed to do it, being nice.
Wow.
And then at the end, they're like, I can't even believe you showed up like that. I can't believe I wasted my time. I don't even want to use that. I'm like,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this wasn't when you were when you had the cold, was it?
Yeah, when I was really sick that a while back. I mean, when I was really, really sick.
I mean, that one weekend when we were supposed to go to karaoke and you said...
Yes, that's the time.
Then?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And I even showed up to do this, sicker than hell, willing to do this, trying to do the best I could, and all I got at the end was how unprofessional I was, and this and that, and they don't even think they want to use it, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how you just don't want to punch some motherfuckers.
There are times.
Sometimes.
There are times. I will admit. I've learned over the years to control my anger the best I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to.
Well, I know. There are times that you really got to put a lock on it, but boy, you just want to tear someone's throat.
Oh yeah, I mean, and this is why, my mom years ago when I used to go home, and I used to go home and say, I hate fucking people. I wish the whole world would blow the fuck up. You're a motherfucking.
And you wanted to exterminate people at one point.
At one point in time, yeah, because it gets to you. You know, so I would go home and blow my own steam, and my mom would be like, well, you shouldn't be saying that about people. And now that she started to help me run all,
she's understanding.
She went home the one weekend. She goes, you know what? People are all fucking idiots. And she said fucking.
Did she?
Yeah, she goes, they're all fucking idiots. They're so stupid. And this and that. And I'm like, just started giggling. She goes, what? She goes, oh, I don't even want to hear it. I said, yeah, now you know.
I told you why I say shit like this.
I told you. I said, yeah, you got to blow the steam. I said, okay. People don't realize, and I understand this, that they're not the only ones that you're dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a tendency to think that they are the only ones, and I've done it before myself.
Oh, we've all been there.
We've all done that. So, but when you get a compiling of that, and it's a constant, after a while, you do want to start putting people in ovens.
Well, the one I get a lot is, well, how come you'll jump all over that company, but if Jerkman does something and doesn't get a show up, you fucking don't jump his shit?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's because I know what's going on.
Yeah.
See, the key here is communication, and this is kind of what I was saying to Mitch tonight with ITN. I said, you know what? I don't care. My ride this morning was late as fuck. I mean,
and the bad thing is, as I feel bad for you and me too, because at one point in time, that company was totally reliable, and even my mom said, wow, you've seen it start to slip a little bit now.
Oh yeah, it's slipping bad.
Yeah, and it's only going to probably get worse. And even because before, when you were being picked up at 9, they were here at 9.
They'd be right outside. Yeah, so you're even noticing that they're starting to
slack a little in that, and it's not their fault as the company it's the new one taking over that's just fucked it all up.
Oh yeah, because now they've taken all the drivers off the routes, and they've taken all the vans and all this shit. Oh yeah, the guy this morning, he was totally pissed stuff. He was like, man, they gave me another ride that's way up at Charleston and Rainbow, and then I got to come down and get the girl in Henderson, then come get you. And I'm like, okay, man, it's good, man. Thanks for calling. So I wasn't mad.
Right.
So when he showed up, I'm like, hey, man, hey, what's up? I mean, I was a little bit, shit, but what can you do?
But you knew at least. They were communicating with you.
That's what I'm saying. The key there is communicate. I'm not angry if you communicate. That's the fucking, like when I come in here and I'm losing it with people and saying how fucking stupid everyone is and how they should all be exterminated and Cyclone beat and shit. That's because nobody communicates. Yeah. The key here, and I've said this months back, fucking cocksucking Kate. That's all you got to do. That's why me and that dude got into it on Facebook that one time who blew off the interview. And so I was like, okay, since you won't get at me, I'm going to get at you.
Right.
And, I said some really fucked up shit about him. And then it turned into this big war. You remember that? And he tagged the all talk picture.
Yeah, and then I got on him.
Yeah. So
that changed that tune real quick, didn't it?
Well, it's funny because I got an email the next day. Hey, man, can we squash this?
Yeah. Because he thought a big corporation or a thing was ready to bust down in his ass.
Well, that's, because while I was wondering, I was like, why is he so, if I'm not shit, then why the fuck does he care what I think?
Yep, me and AK got on that right away.
Yeah, that's funny.
And because AK says, you know what? She goes, this is not cool, and I didn't even know it was there, and you didn't know that he had put that
I didn't
picture
realize
up
he'd
and
done
did that.
something like that.
Yeah, and I put out something, and she's like, no, let me do this, and it was very similar to what I said, but she just had a better way of saying it.
So you wrote him?
It went right up on that message in that inbox.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a comment. Yep.
It was like, hey, you might want to back off from using the all talk image as something that you want to communicate out for in a broken down way that, don't use our logo to try to piss somebody off.
Yeah, I mean, you could tag me if you want.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. More people that hate me, the better off it's going to be.
Right.
But, so I don't care. But, yeah, when they now drag, a third party into it, which is obviously the company that I'm doing the show through.
Right.
Then we got a problem.
Yeah.
So, and because like I said, the very next day, he wanted to squash it and all this shit. And I was like, why is he doing that? So, I talked to him. But the key there is communication, man. Just communicate with me. That's all you got to do. It's very simple.
Yeah, and with me, the key to this is only communicate when I want you to. Give me my time down.
Well, there's excessive.
Right. Realize that you can send me an email and I can get this, or you can send me a message, but don't expect me to answer it back right in 2 seconds.
An instantaneous. Hey, man, well, what are you doing?
And even if I am on Facebook, I have a right to be there without having to sit down and talk to you for 5 fucking hours because you want to.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, if it's something really major.
If it was something major, me. I'm not going to bitch. I'd be like, oh, okay, But this stuff is stuff that can be dealt with throughout the week.
Well, and it's very trivial, stupid shit that people, and like we were saying last segment, they could do a lot of this themselves.
And before you come talking to me, make sure you know what you're talking about. If you're coming to me to ask me about something that's been done and you didn't go check it first, I'm going to give you an ass reaming.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's you should have been checking on this.
Yeah, because it's been done. And if you didn't check, then don't bother me.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what I'm going to start doing is they're going to start going into lists. And somebody that didn't go check it first and they've came to me and I know it's changed and they come back, oh, sorry, I didn't check. Next time I'm ignoring your messages.
Well, that's it too. There comes a point. It's like the boy that cried wolf.
Yeah.
If you're just going to be a pain in the ass, then it's like, well, you're a pain in the ass. I can't do anything to make you happy. So
yeah, so why bother?
Complain all you want.
You now have dropped to the bottom of my list of importance.
Yeah, you got to do that sometimes.
First, my family comes first. I've got my kids, which I've neglected throughout the fucking years. My own health, obviously, I've neglected throughout the years. And now I'm in a relationship with the person I give a shit about. I'm not neglecting that also. I'm starting to repair all the bad that I've done over the years to me, myself, my family, and loved ones.
Right. Exactly. Well, you don't see any changes. It's like, it'd be one thing if you were totally slacking off and shit just wasn't working. And,
right.
But, I think it's run better than it has in years, man.
Yeah.
I used to get pissed off at your ex because she would not put the fucking shows up.
Yeah.
And I would see her fucking off back here.
Yeah.
I always was amazed at the fact that she could look so busy but get nothing done. I was like, wow.
I know, because a couple times during the shows that she's exactly who you were referencing.
Oh, fuck yeah. I even came up with what was the term? Treadmillers.
Yeah.
Where they just they look so busy, but yet they're not doing
going nowhere.
It's like, what are you doing? you know, like that one night, I remember she was back in the conference room, and I was like, can we get our archives up, please? And she's like, I know, I'm going to get them up. They'll be up tonight. I come home that night, fucking aren't up there. Oh, there were so many times I
wanted to choke her,
held my tongue, and
and it was the same thing with my business partner there for a while. When he wanted to do it, when he wanted to start causing problems, and he would hold off on the archives.
Well, and I jumped his shit a few times too, if you remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've built a pretty efficient way of building and doing this and improving upon everything. You know, so cut me some fucking slack. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Wow.
Let me live. Let me love my kids and the people in my life, you know, and let me have a fucking life.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah, fucking dealing with people and their stupid shit.
Yeah, because people don't realize if you know, well, and a lot of people do this. They'll take something good, well, like even relationships, like we've talked about. They fall in love with somebody, and then they change everything about them and don't like it no more. You know, you're going to do the same thing to me. You know, you may like what we're doing, and you may be happy with what we're doing, but if you keep pounding me into the fucking ground and I can't keep up with everything, you're not going to like it no more.
Right. Oh, that's it. Well, you know, you do have so many people that do get, you know, they get into something, and then they can become a totally different person.
Well, sure.
But that's not happening here. You know, I mean, the shows are still getting up. Really, your responsibility goes no further than the show getting done and the show getting up. That's it.
That's
I mean,
it.
All this other shit is extra, really. You know,
yeah. Like if I'm not putting a post up that day of the shows coming up on Facebook, I'm not obligated to do that.
No,
I do that because I want to. I'm not obligated to.
Yeah, I was surprised to see tonight when you STIM Radio coming your way in an hour. I was like, whoa.
Well, once in a while, if I'm here and I got the time and I'm trying to, once in a while I'll go out and I'll promote it a little bit and do some stuff, you know.
Right.
But a lot of it's on my end. You know, I've got to find all these pictures. I'm getting problems with my computer. I got to upload it to Facebook, you know, and I got to tag. I got to do all this shit. So, you know, they got to keep in mind, once I do one thing like that took me about 15 minutes to get done. You know, so I took 15 minutes out of my time running another show to put that up for someone else.
Right, exactly.
You know, and yes, it helps me and it helps them, and I understand that. So once in a while, if I do that, just feel like, hey, cool, that's neat. You know?
Yeah.
Don't expect it every fucking time and then start telling me it's my job to do.
Well, that's it. You know, you do something nice for somebody, and then they, you know, sort of walk all over you and think that, you know, that now they're entitled to
that.
You know, like, I deserve.
And how many times have we talked about entitlement?
Oh, shit. That's all we talk about in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So, man, that's that's what it is. I got a little more on fucking Homer and Capone, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know how much time we got.
About 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes? Mm-hmm. Well, basically now he's changed the date of when he's coming. He said today, and that was interesting, too. I might need tomorrow to go into all that.
Okay,
because I'm thinking I won't even have my
Leave it as a cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I got some more on Homer and Capone. I might even have more by tomorrow.
Which has to do with G Motors and...
G Motors' friend who...
pretty much kind of threatening... way to come out here and take it out of his ass.
Like, I'm going to come to collect, and I'm going to do all this shit. And you're going, well, wait a minute, man. Yeah, I kind of had to speak to him today a little bit and say, you know, look, man, do you really want to come where you're not wanted? You know? Anyway, we're going to leave it at that. And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I am GJ going home to live a fucking life. Leave me alone, Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches. See ya.